One of the NFL's best safeties just hit the trade market and is now being linked to the Philadelphia Eagles. Can Howie Roseman find a way to capitalize on such a perfect opportunity? What is going on, everyone? Welcome into A to Z Philly, your number one home for Eagles coverage. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that bell down below. That way you don't miss any of the coverage here on the show. We are getting ready and ramped up for the NFL draft coming up very soon. We'll be breaking down all that coverage, but today, RB back bringing you the latest from the Linc, and we are interrupted by some big trade news and now some potential links between this trade news and Philadelphia. You do not want to miss this. I think that if Howie Roseman could capitalize on this opportunity, I mean, there needs to be some things said about where this Eagles team would stand going into next season. But before we get into that and break it all down, shout out to the sponsor of today's show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with bonus code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. New customer offer. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. If you or someone you know has a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Okay. Let's talk about this. So just as of a couple days ago, it is being reported that Budda Baker, safety from the Arizona Cardinals, has officially requested a trade. Now, to give some more context, according to Adam Schefter, this actually occurred a couple months ago. It was starting to brew. And right after the Super Bowl in February, Budda Baker essentially went to the Arizona Cardinals and he said, either trade me or give me a new contract. And not to get off on a complete tangent here, but nowadays, this is kind of just the culture. The players are literally saying, give me my money, give me what I want, because it's kind of a players demand league, or just send me somewhere else. And a lot of them, honestly, I mean, I don't think care about winning as much as getting their payday first. That is, primarily the objective, and, to feed their families and all that kind of stuff. And, they're willing to just stop playing. I mean, this happened, I think, 5 or 6 years ago for the first time. And then ever since then, you've seen it across sports. Guys are just saying, all right, I'm done. I'm not playing. I'm not showing up. And in terms of the team aspect, do I think that's completely fair? No. I think guys should want to kind of stay in their situations and win, but that just doesn't happen anymore. It's not realistic. At the same time, when it comes to the teams, they're not putting out money for the best players at the position. Budda Baker is 26 years old, and he's one of the best safeties in the league. And, he's a, 5-time Pro Bowler in 6 years. He's a 2-time All-Pro. He can grab you some interceptions. He can sack the quarterback. You can put him in any spot on the field. And he's one of the hardest hitters, best tacklers, like I said. And, he's just been an amazing player for the Arizona Cardinals. And he's still young. He's still in position to make an impact on a defense. And that's why I was so excited hearing this news coming out today. Per Jeremy Fowler on ESPN, the Eagles are viewed as a potential destination for Cardinal star safety Budda Baker. Quote, people I've talked to around the league are at least looking to Philadelphia because they have a need at safety with C.J. Gardner-Johnson leaving in free agency. Let me tell you this right now, Eagle Nation. If Howie Roseman was ever to find a way to get Budda Baker on the Philadelphia Eagles, they are indeed the favorite going into next season. In fact, they might be already in the NFC. You never know. I mean, there's some good teams, but the Eagles have, arguably the best quarterback. They have some of the best wide receivers. They have, the best offensive line. It goes down the list. And obviously on the defensive side, they brought some of their anchors back, brought some of the key vets that helped them, get to the Super Bowl, and they're going in for one more run. So if the Eagles are not at the top already, getting a guy like Budda Baker who is a complete game changer, instant playmaker on this defense. And honestly, I would take him over C.J. Gardner-Johnson. This team is absolutely the favorite. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to work it out from a contract perspective, but we'll get into that here shortly. But anyway, a lot of people are going around the internet and they're making some jokes. Here's Budda Baker signing off to Cardinal fans. This is legit. This is 100%. He says, love you, Cardinal fans. This was a couple days ago. Again, I think it's a conundrum from both sides. But at the end of the day, you know, the way he has played, he definitely deserves a new contract. However many years that he wants, he deserves. And if the team's not going to pay him, especially when the Arizona Cardinals had a down year and are coming into a new head coach, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Speaking of which, the new head coach is Eagles' former defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. And this is going around on the internet. This is when Jonathan Gannon met Budda Baker, and the running joke is that this is what made him request a trade. Let's just watch it.
What's up, man?
Let's just watch it for the heck of it.
Good. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shots. Explosives. You can run. What's up?
I remember when that first came out, I was like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? Unfortunately, Jonathan Gannon was a crucial part in why the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, and still a lot of fans are frustrated from that. But hey, Budda Baker wants out, and that is where they're at. Here's his contract this year upcoming. He will make $13 million. And then in 2024, last year, the deal, $14.2 million before being an unrestricted free agent in 2025. He obviously does not want it to get to that point. He wants to be the highest paid safety. That could be upwards of 18, 19, 20 million. And right now, the Eagles probably don't have cap space to afford that, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I know every little loophole. I know that Howie Roseman does, and a lot of people need to put their trust in Howie. I've said it time and time again. You've seen some of the moves he's made. If there's a guy that can figure out a way to do this, whether on the back end or with some dead cap, whatever it is, to move things around, he could figure it out with Budda Baker. And maybe Budda Baker would take just a little bit of a discount, not a huge one, but just a little bit, to come to a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, finally get a chance to compete for a Super Bowl, and play with some of the best corners in the NFL, one of the best duos, and, you know, fulfill a guy like CJ Gardner-Johnson's spot, come right in, be an instant playmaker, and he probably sees the trajectory of guys like Jalen Hurts and knows this Eagles team has a real prime chance for the next year or two, at least, to go back to the big game. So Budda Baker would be an absolute stud on this defense. Once again, here are his stats: 5 Pro Bowls in 6 years, 2-time All-Pro. He's had 100 tackles in 4 seasons. I mean, he's ridiculous. He is an absolute game changer. You put him anywhere on the defense. And, you know, he had a couple-year run there in really 2020, 2021, where he was flying off the screen every single game. It was always Budda Baker. Like, that's the only name you heard, you know, when they're showing highlights and things like that. Obviously, this past year, you didn't hear as much about Budda Baker, but why was that? It wasn't because of his production declining or anything like that. He was still a Pro Bowler. It's just the fact that his team was 4-13. They were getting rid of the coach. Quarterback got hurt, all those things. And the Cardinals were just destructed this year. And, you know, there was just no hope after that. And again, he wants to go to a situation where he can win and also make his money. So I do not blame Budda Baker. Is there any way that Howie Roseman could get it done? Again, I'm not going to doubt him. I'm not going to doubt him. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. What would you have to give up to get Budda Baker? Obviously, the draft's coming up. I think Budda Baker is probably worth at least a 2nd-round pick. There's a couple other safeties out there, like a Kevin Byard, who's on the market as well. And obviously, this safety draft isn't as filled as prior years. There's a lot more corner depth, but at the same time, you know, the price, the premium you have to pay is going to be huge, most likely for Budda Baker, but it is worth it for a player like this. And I would love to see him in midnight green. Give me all your thoughts, though, down below. Do you think this would ever happen? Do you think Howie Roseman could pull it off? What would you give up to see Budda Baker in an Eagles jersey next season? Give me all your thoughts down below. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.